Welcome to this presentation. It's actually part of a series called Get on Board the Forgiveness Cruise, the journey to be stabilized. So this particular video presentation is really about barriers that we have that prevent us actually for receiving forgiveness or giving forgiveness, at the same time. And this presentation is actually part two of a presentation. I've already videoed the first one, and you may have seen it. If you saw me along the coastline of California on the beach, that was the first one on barriers. I was using the Pacific Ocean as a metaphor for a large barrier. It was a great day, sun was shining and everything else. However, we had 30-mile-an-hour winds, and I was unable to set up my presentation. So this was one of the posters that I was going to use as I was helping you understand the barriers. So give me a moment, I will just go over them right now. If you saw that video, this is what you were supposed to see in writing. So some of these barriers that we have, and most of them are really about ourselves and our attitudes, our mindset, our belief system. For example, why would I want to forgive somebody? I was the victim. And you really were. You were victimized, some type of trauma, some type of pain, was some violation was enacted, upon you, and you're the victim. So why would I want to forgive? You ask that question. And it's a valid question. Then you put on top of that, well, I'm actually, since I was the victim, I'm actually entitled to revenge. So what's the forgiveness stuff? The guy hurt me. I'm going to hurt him back. That's what I should be doing, not forgiving him. I want to be angry and hate, because when you're in the state of somebody hurting you, this is the normal response, anger and hate. And candidly, for some people, it's addictive. They actually really enjoy staying in that state of being angry and hate, and they kind of use that not just on maybe the person that hurt them, but they may use it as to everybody around them, and finding that they have power when they use the hate and the angry thing, and they're kind of liking it. And that's not good. We must ensure that we don't fall in that position. And of course, we can look at the person who violated us and say, well, they don't deserve to be forgiven. No, I want them to pay. I want revenge. Forget this forgiveness stuff. So simply put, I don't want to forgive. That's obviously a major barrier to forgiveness. Because I've actually heard people who have this type of mindset said, you know what, I did try to forgive. I said, oh, you know what, I forgive you. But nothing happened. Wow, that shouldn't be a surprise. That's just some words that come out of our mouth. And the problem is, nobody knows otherwise, or very few people know otherwise, that there's a real process, to forgiveness. So these are the barriers that we talked about, last time, and then I'm going to add some additional barriers in this presentation. But I want to talk about a benefit that can happen just when you're maybe looking in the mirror, thinking of what barriers you have, what your mindset is, what your beliefs are about the whole forgiveness and the person who violated you. So, I'm putting together this 12 video series. There's a lot of videoing going on for 12. And I was doing a lot of analysis, and I was doing some self-analysis and said, where am I at with these barriers? Anyway, long story short, I was reflecting upon a circumstance that had occurred to me, when I was in grade 1. I'm in grade 1, maybe it was, grade 2. I was living in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, where I was born. But anyway, I was at recess, and I'm standing against the wall with my buddies, and we were just talking about things, and something shines, on the ground. So I look down on the ground, and there's something shiny. I'm thinking it's a coin, maybe it's a penny, or maybe it's a dime or nickel. Who knows? But I'm going for this. I pick it up, and it's a thumbtack. Not a coin, thumbtack. So I'm just looking at the thumbtack, and as I'm looking at the thumbtack, boom! A teacher comes up to me, so, oh, you're the one. I'm the one? I don't know what you're talking about. Apparently, somebody was using this thumbtack to write graffiti on the wall of the school, scratching it in to the wall of the school. And I'm standing there with the proverbial smoking gun. I've got the thumbtack in my hand. So I get whisked into the school. Then I'm saying, no, it wasn't me. I just found it. No, no, no. You're the guilty party. Whisked in the school, placed up against the wall in the aisleway. Right as they come in from recess, they have to go right by me. Okay, the whole school has to go right by me. And I had to stand there holding the thumbtack, like this, as the whole school comes by to see that I'm the guilty party. I'm the guy that's writing graffiti, on the wall, ba, 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 ba. Whoa! Now, I never realized until I started to go through the impact that had on me. And basically, I withdrew from the academic process. Teachers were not a safe place. You don't talk to teachers. So in a classroom, I was a wall. I just sat there at questions, or a teacher asked, what's the answer to this question? I never put my hand up. I didn't want really have anything to do with it. I didn't know the why. But through school, all the way through university, I was just there. I did what I was supposed to do. I got just basic grades, nothing spectacular, and got through. Now, on the other side, once I went into the business world, it was like I was released from prison. All of a sudden, I'm a star. I'm moving, I'm grooving, I'm getting things done. I'm participating with everybody. I was a changed person. I did not recognize until this series that transaction, that experience set my entire academic life into really a disarray. So there are benefits of looking into this. What are my barriers? What experiences have I had in life that maybe I should be forgiving somebody, or at least understanding the impact that has had, on me. So you might want to do the same thing. You might discover some very interesting things. So additional barriers in this particular presentation is a fear of the pain, the fear of the pain. So, when we've been victimized, some of it can be quite severe, quite damaging, and do we really want to relive it? Ooh, not really, because we know if we think about it, it's going to bring us back and we're going to experience the pain, especially us melancholy types, because we've got a good memory. And so we can remember the details, unfortunately, really well in terms of that experience and bring it forth as though it's just happening. So fear of pain is very real, for the misunderstood creative thinker melancholy type. I just don't believe in forgiveness, in that it doesn't work. There's no impact. There's no positive. I hear people say forgiveness is going to change your life. It's going to set you free. But I tried it and nothing really happened. Therefore, I don't believe in it. So that becomes a barrier, obviously. I don't have the energy. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, again. Us melancholy, lots of emotional energy going on here. And it does take energy. And that's a real barrier as well. I don't know how to. I do it, but I don't really know how to. That's the biggest. And as I said in some other videos, that was the motivation of me putting this together. For 15 years, I was helping people in my mindset coaching practice, and forgiveness was always an issue, especially parental abuse, always an issue, just more often than I care to even tell you about it. And so, but they just didn't know how, to do it. And how to do the forgiveness. They wanted to do the forgiveness, but just couldn't get it done. And that's why I put this series together. Anyway, the takeaway from the barrier side is that the bad news is I'm really the problem. I am in myself the barrier to forgiveness. But the good news is I'm also the solution. I'm the solution. So if I can do something within me to diminish, to reduce the barrier factor, then maybe I can receive some of the benefits of forgiveness. And as I'm asking you to do, just kind of modify, just open your mind so that you can hear what we have to present to you throughout this series. Just kind of diminish, the barriers, have an open mind, as I said, and what will happen is the barriers will start going down slowly. This is an onion ring deal. There's no big transaction in forgiveness. No, it's a process. It's not a one-time deal. I forgave. How come it didn't work? No, it's a process that we have to go through. Anyway, just recognize we are the problem and we are the solutions. We have barriers. If you can identify them, they're most helpful. But you don't really need to do anything at this point in time other than open your mind to receive the information that we're going to give you throughout this series. So thanks for listening to this one. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you stay, with the series. I hope you take away the knowledge of how to forgive, and then ultimately a lifestyle of being somebody who forgives. It will change things for you in a very positive way. We always invite you to be part of us. Our whole mission here on YouTube is to be able to serve as many people as we can to help them stare down their anxiety, their depressions, their panic attacks, their suicidal thoughts. And we hope that you subscribe and just be part of the team. When you subscribe, say, oh, I got people. It's encouraging to me that you subscribe and that we're doing this together. Anyway, have a great day and see you on the next video. Bye for now.